Hello, everyone. I'm actually hanging out on campus right now in the classroom that I teach in on Monday evenings. So we're in week 4 now, which will put us 25% of the way through the course once we're finished with it. Of course, our big task is coming in next week with speech 1, but I anticipate you all doing very well with that. So what we're going to do real quickly here in our introduction video for this week is to recap a little bit from last week, tell you what's going on this week, and then look forward to next week. So, of course, we should probably talk about Phil Davison just a little bit. It is a very interesting video, the man that's very fascinating to watch. I will tell you, let's tell you a little bit about Phil. So, he did not win that particular election, as you can well imagine, though he has continued to be a member of public service since then. Prior to that, I think he had 14 years of elected service, so something just happened that particular day. The video itself went viral. Right after that meeting, there was a blogger from the Huffington Post there that day, and since it was an open meeting to the public, anybody could be recording there, and it was perfectly legal to post that video online, and boom, it went viral right away. And now today, we still watch that thing. It's worth rewatching at some point for you to go back and look. So after you've looked at this week's Introductions and Conclusions lecture, you can go back and actually look to see that he has kind of an okay introduction. Like, all the parts are there. He has an introduction. He cites his own credibility. He's got 3 different degrees. He's got several years of elected public service. It's not the first time that he's run on the county ballot. He defers to his audience to gather their attention. He even outlines what he wants to do with his main points. It just gets in the way with delivery. Similar with the conclusion, he recaps what he was saying, he signals the end, and he's got a closing line to get out of there. But again, delivery gets in the way. Now, folks, I'm not going to tell you that delivery isn't important, because of course it is. But looking forward to next week, well, I'm more interested in content. Sure, I want you to have good delivery too. But your content is what sells the speech. Your ability to adapt your message to the audience, to find good, non-biased sources of information, to organize your speech in a way that makes sense to the listener. These are the things that I want you to pick up from this class. And if you get better at delivery, which I anticipate you doing, that's great too, and it's certainly going to be very helpful. But for right now, please focus on that good content. Now this week, we have one more thing to mention about Phil. If you would like a follow-up on Mr. Davison, you can Google search. I'm not going to post the video because it's not really the most appropriate thing, but you can Google search Phil Davison Tosh.0. For those of you familiar with Tosh.0, it is a show on Comedy Central where he dissects YouTube videos, and Mr. Davison was a subject of these videos, went on the show, and explained many interesting things about himself. It's a entertaining 5 to 7 minute watch if you're looking for something to waste time with. So this week we're doing a few different things. First and foremost is, of course, our discussion, and second and foremost is our discussion, so I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyways, we've got 2 different discussion posts going on today. Let's head over to the discussion forum. We have a discussion about introductions and conclusions, where I'm going to ask you to go back, grab your big ideas from last week, and insert them into this particular week's discussion and create introductions and conclusions for them. There's a whole video that goes over that, and the textbook does a very nice job of that. I am in the process right now of working through your topics, and by Monday evening before I go to sleep, everyone will have a little bit of feedback on what does and doesn't work. Second bit of information we're working with is source citations. There's 2 videos embedded here. One for me talking about source citations, another one that'll work you into an activity for this week. For this particular post, you'll need both a small written thing where you're just cut and pasting an order of citations, and you'll understand that when you go and look at the instructions, and a video post explaining why you did the things that you did. The only extra thing that's been added this week is a partial outline down here at the bottom of the table of contents, where I'm working through introductions and conclusions on the main point example we were working through last week. If you have any questions about this week's discussion, things that are going on, please let me know, and I'll let you know on Thursday when our quiz is ready to go. Additionally, please look out for a couple of extra credit opportunities that'll be coming here very soon. I'm not going to give a lot of details on them right now because I'm still hammering out what's going on, but by the end of the week, we should have that up and going, and you've got an opportunity to earn some bonus points in the class. Now, looking forward to next week, when we're going to give our speeches. there are a few things that you need to be able to do and get ready for. One, please keep in mind that your outlines are due at midnight the night before you speak. So those of you that speak Monday, Sunday evening, you need to have an outline in the Dropbox. I'm going to go to the Dropbox right now, and there it is right there, speech number 1. Click on that, and it's going to give you an opportunity to upload some information. My submission probably looks a little bit different than yours, but get your outlines in that box for me. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to give you feedback through D2L. And it's important to remember that your outlines are worth 10% of your speech grades. So it's an easy way to earn or lose a full letter grade. Get those done, get those turned in. If you're speaking Thursday, of course, do Wednesday evening. If you're speaking Sunday, they're due Saturday evening. These are full sentence outlines that we're looking for in the Dropbox. And then when you present, well, that's going to be up to you. I will ask that you don't write a manuscript. It takes away any ability to make changes for your audience and ties you into a very set thing. And it becomes really obvious that you're reading to us. Instead, experiment a little bit. Figure out what's going to help you to get through an extemporaneous delivery. If that's having your full sentence outline in front of you, that's fine. If that's having very small little notes to yourself written in there, that's also fine. But take a few chances this semester. Right now, something goes wrong, you get a little slap on the wrist, nothing really follows you around. But later on, once you leave 103 and you mess up something, well then we've got more issues. It could be the difference between a promotion, a raise, keeping your job, having issues with friends and family. So I'd like you to practice good skills now and figure out what works best for you. And you're only going to figure that out if you take a few chances. And when you practice as if you're in that moment. I encourage you to actually sit in front of your webcam device and practice as if you're speaking to your classmates. And it's a weird interface because you'll be looking at your Skype classmates, so you need to pay attention to that webcam rather than looking around the screen at different people. And you do need to glance at them every once in a while just to make sure that they're keeping up. You'll have to decide for yourself if you're going to sit or stand. And whichever you decide to do, practice in that motion. Speak out loud. Don't read things silently to yourself. Practice as if you're in that situation. Later on in the semester, I hope maybe we can set something up where you'll be practicing with your classmates. You're welcome to do that right now. Of course, it's an excellent way for you to get to know your classmates a little bit more and get some live feedback from those things. And then one more thing, if we go back to the content page, everyone will be completing peer evaluations for each speech. And for each speech of the semester, you'll do 2 peer evaluations, which are located right here underneath of the peer evaluation content tab. There's PE1, PE2, PE3. These are synonymous with the 3 speeches. So 1 goes with the first speech, 2 goes with the second speech, and so on. It would be probably best if you had those printed off so you can take some notes while your classmates are speaking, and we'll determine who is evaluating who once we get into our Skype sessions this next week. These are pretty short, very simple, pretty easy, and all you'll need to do is take a picture of them and upload them into a Dropbox folder, which I will provide here shortly, very similar to where the Speech 1 Dropbox is sitting. If you would like to type them out on your computer and upload a copy of them via Word document, it's also fine. Whatever's going to work best for you. So let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to your discussions and responses this week. Please look for those emails about your topic forms from me, and have a great week, folks.